Okay. Hey there, everybody. Playing Bryan. Don't know how many games we're going to play tonight, but we'll see. We've got no trashing, but some messiness. No trashing, so you can't even activate Market Square, but it is the Bane. And you can save the Bane from turn to turn. So save counters Young Witch pretty hard here. You have to spend $1 to do it each turn, but it does counter it pretty good. Beyond that, there's just a lot of, reasonably good actions, and then some alt VP. So you're going to build because there's some draw. So I think I'm going to open Plaza Shantytown. One bad thing about this save is you can't. So he's opening Young Witch. I can't use alms is a problem, but I mean, I guess I can do it if I use a coffer. I guess that's better here than you get a 4 out of it is better than just keeping it, or getting a 4 or 3 is better than keeping. I can use it once I get the vassal. He does have a lab. I should probably think about getting a Young Witch. I mean, he doesn't have the Market Square yet. This is nice. Maybe I should have just opened it to force him into getting the Market Square sooner. I don't know. Do I have 6 here? 6, I'll get a lab. At some point you may decide you don't want to save the Market Square. Obviously at some point you'll probably have a second one and you can play one and save another one. I don't feel like I really used up any resources doing the save stuff. I think I was still gaining reasonably good things for the most part. See if we can hit the Young Witch. We do not. I guess actually I should have. No, he did shuffle. Yeah, I'm not sure. At some point, you'd really like to like buy a card and do alms with the vassals. Ooh, that was really rotten. I mean, it was okay to trigger because I had some junk in hand, and keeping the young witch isn't that important. But it does suck that I drew those two particular cards. Unfortunately. I guess I can just toss this. Maybe time for a second market square. It means you don't have to save you don't have to save it if you know it's coming up in a hand or something like that. Maybe it should have been a plaza, but I'm not sure. I think my young witch play was fine. It was just sort of an unfortunate draw. To some degree. It's okay though. I do need another plaza for sure. That could have been shanty. Shanty would have been reasonable. I mean, shanty doesn't do that great here, but I kind of regret my young witch. But it is what it is at this point. This is, of course, a good opening hand for me. Well, okay, it was a pretty good opening hand for me. Well, I can try to play on. It may result in me eating a curse, but there's a pretty good chance that I don't. What do I have here total? I can save a copper. And alms again. Okay. I guess. I'm gonna get the plaza. Well, I did bottom deck it, so if he does find his young witch, which seems likely, he will get to curse me. So I'm just going to have to spin this into a positive light, which is that closer to the fairgrounds uniques. Odds were in my favor, of course, for having that not to occur, but bottom deck the one, 16% chance. So I do feel a bit behind here, though I don't know that I'm really materially that far behind him at all. Now the question is whether I should risk. I'm going to do it just because I know it's there. I don't know that it's correct. But here, I found the other one. Okay. We won't risk it again. That was two of the whatchamacallit. The last card's a laboratory. Maybe that the opening should have been Vassal Market Square. They're his vassal hit. He's been drawing pretty fortunately as far as labs at the top of shuffles. Of course, now he has more labs than me, so it's not unexpected, but by and large, he seems to be getting those pretty well. I'm pretty sure it's lab. I guess I can double check. Yeah, whatever. It's lab. I gotta believe in myself at some point. In life, maybe. Well, I don't have to. Okay, let's go ahead and just save the thing and get another lab. See, it's this that is killing me. Not okay, there. It stopped. Well, I don't know that it stopped. It kind of looks like it stopped, but who knows? If I can get a super draw here, you might be asking yourself, what is a super draw? And Lord only knows. So the issue here, I really would prefer to cause this shuffle rather than, I'm gonna just risk it because like I can't play the young witch and then the vassals or the plazas or whatever. If I had found this, if I had found this plaza off this thing, then it would have been okay. But I can't do it this way. I have to trigger. I don't have to trigger, but I have to. If I'm gonna trigger, I have to do it this way. I guess is what I'm saying. Shoot. So I'm gonna eat another curse because he didn't play the young witch. Which I guess was always gonna. Well, no, I have like 3 labs in here, right? This is what I was playing towards, was drawing the labs and drawing the other vassals and such, but it didn't happen. So I don't know that it's worth. Well, I'm gonna trigger, so it's kind of worth getting this out. 2 other labs, whatever number of labs. I'm gonna need another curse. Shoot. Now I can't spin this other curse because the first curse I could spin as fairgrounds, right? But I can't spin this one. So what am I gonna do with it as far as PR is concerned? I don't really have an angle, so I'm gonna have to revisit the drawing board as far as that's concerned. I don't know that you're ever like fully out of this game. Just, I'm pretty out of it, but I don't know if I'm fully out of it, you know? You feel me? Just because of the nature of it, it's going to be a little messy. And there's a lot of green to get, so things can go, you know, pretty crazy. He's going to do lab vassal or lab plaza or whatever. Fortune teller's reasonable here, actually. It actually would have been a reasonable buy quite some time earlier there. Yeah, I knew one of these was a lab, but you can't bank strictly on that. Well, this is sort of a... I really don't want to take another curse. Okay. That's fine. That's all fine. So I can... yeah. That's... Okay, yeah. Good. This is all good. This is all good. The curses are going to make my vassals considerably sadder. Oh, you can do Harbinger. I forgot about Harbinger. Yeah, maybe the plaza. Well, at some point you can do harbingers. That's reasonable. You can also get a mandarin here as well. I don't know if that's reasonable or not, but you can mitigate a drawback or use it to your advantage, whatever the case may be. I do have a young witch down here in the bottom, and I believe a few plazas. He doesn't have those pesky curses in his deck, so his vassals can hit a bit more. Pardon me. Excuse me. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 uniques. All the uniques. That's not 10 though. This chump over here only has 7 uniques because, you know, he hasn't quite unlocked top level strats, but maybe he can watch this video. I wonder how the Aku Mike match is going. Mostly I just want to come out of here with a few games, and so that's that I'm pretty likely to not demote. I wouldn't mind taking a bunch, but I in order for me to make it to the championship, I have to both like 6-0 him, and Mike Chike has to beat RTT pretty bad, so those two combined are pretty unlikely. Even the first thing I said is already pretty unlikely. So he's lower in piles. That could be a mistake, you know. I do think that he probably is good on buys, and that he could have made one of those a harbinger for sure. I don't think two. I think one probably better as a harbinger. But what do I know? Okay, alright, I believe the last card here is the Young Witch. So I'm going to play it. Look at that. It's the power of deck tracking. Oh, he has gotten into the top level strats. Dang it. I didn't even consider that he might adapt in this very game. Well then, that puts an entirely new spin on things. Yeah, I mean, this is just looking like the save alms thing again, right? It's like what I've done like 100% of turns this game. It's hard for me to justify a harbinger over a plaza, though it's probably a little, well, you have to get an action in the discard too. That's also somewhat difficult to manage at times. I probably want a second or a third market square, but like, I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's just buys. It's not like I have any money after my turns. Look at this. He hits this a lot. I don't hit this a lot. I only hit it when, I guess, bottom decking in action is about as good as hitting it. Maybe I shouldn't complain. But he didn't earn that one. I earned mine with the power of incredible deck tracking. He probably has an extension that tells him when an action's on top of his deck. Would be my guess. I wish I had gotten 5 laboratories. I didn't draw very good the turn I went for it. I had a chance to get it if I drew really well, but it didn't happen. I mean, I don't think I drew badly. I'm just saying I didn't draw super well the turn I went for it to get to 10. Because it's not like I needed that much money. I had like 3 coffers at the time. Now I have 5. Man, I have a lot of coffers. So the coffers are not that good, but they're fine. Yeah, I would have liked to get another lab. He may be going back to a vassal, I don't know, or an alms, I mean. Beats me. Maybe he'll just snap up the rest of these market squares, and then what do? I don't have any. I don't think that matters. Just to be clear. He's greening. That's okay. I mean, that seems reasonable. Do I have any plazas down in here? Oh, shoot. I really don't want to do this. But I really feel like I need to. How many did I play last turn? Shuffles deck. Okay, so one plaza was out, then I played another and another. Oh God. Okay, so I played 3, and I gained another one. That accounts for a lot of them. He has 2. Okay, that accounts for all of them. Alright, so it's not a plaza. And I played 2 labs, so it's not a lab. So it's just not an action card, I think, unless it's another vassal. Okay, alright. Well, I have to do this, even though it's likely to be just god-awful, and it was. It's a horrific shuffle. I thought I was behaving, responsibly by oh, that's a bad shuffle. I thought my deck composition wasn't really that out of whack, I thought, as far as, vassals versus plazas. But it didn't work for me. There we go. It's like his plot. I mean, okay, this turn's acceptable. I accept it. Maybe I shouldn't have triggered. It's a possibility. I don't know, though. I'm going to have to... He's going to be able to finish it on his turn, probably. He doesn't need that much money. Though he did play quite a bit of his stuff, so he could have kind of a... I don't know if he drew deck. He could kind of have a less than best turn ever. Here are these, right? This is how this goes. I mean, I'm not going to trigger this shuffle. Or am I? No, I don't believe I am. I'm just going to buy a province. He can still probably just pile on me, but This makes it a little harder. Okay, he did have sort of a dud. Because I had to use all those coffers, I don't really have 3-pile threat particularly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My fairgrounds are 4 points. His are, I guess they're 4 also. I mean, I'm going to work to get them to 15 if we have time. I need to start getting really lucky with the vassal hits. This turn helped me a lot. I mean, this turn puts me kind of back into striking distance. So that's really nice. I'm very grateful to the universe for this, for that turn for him. This is hard. Yeah, I'm not getting those hits. So I'm gonna save. I did give another curse. That makes a pile out a little harder for him. He would need quite a bit of money. I'm not gonna play around it anyway. Maybe I should, but I'm not going to. This is a rotten hand. I mean, if he gets the money to finish, then so be it. I expect him to fairgrounds. No, he's gonna province. That's a lot of coffers to spend on the province when you had fairgrounds already and it's 4 points. Gosh dang it. Do I have a third or does he have them all? I can't remember if I ever got a third. I don't think I did. This is really bad. Because now it's still hard for him to finish, but not hard for him to just continue his points lead. Okay. This is so bad. I'm not sure this is correct. But that's what I'm doing. Here's all the cards. I'm now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 uniques if I hit the fairgrounds. So I'm not too far from good ones of those. I mean, it's easy to get Squire. And the Squire can be played as a silver. So if this turn then kind of duds, not that it's a dead turn, but hopefully he doesn't get to the 12. Though, well, that's quite a bit of money. This is quite a bit of his stuff, so he could have a bad turn coming up. Obviously, again, he can just buy a green card, or I guess he can lower if he's feeling confident. I wouldn't feel that confident though as him. You could draw into a bad hand, I think. I mean, I don't know what else he has in hand. Maybe it's super unlikely, but hopefully we have enough actions here. So he lowers the plazas. So those 3 piles a little closer, though if I score then it's further away again. I think if you, well, I probably don't have the buys. I was going to say that I think if you stacked my deck I could win, but I don't have the buys, I don't believe at all, so probably just doesn't work, period. Anyway, this is pretty clear. I think there are quite some actions left in here, so I'm going to play the vassals. Now I don't know that there are any left. I played the 2. There may still be, though. Yeah, well, that was cool. That was very lucky. Now I don't know when you play the vassals. Do you play them very last? I don't know what the order for this kind of stuff is. Generally speaking. I'm probably going to play 1 market square no matter what. I'm going to try and get the shanty activated. Okay. This is all pretty good. I didn't find the market square, but that's all right. I could go Fairgrounds Duchy. Then I just have to get a squire to get to get to 6. Point Fairgrounds. I was hoping he wouldn't find the young witch, but it's kind of looking like he's going to get to it. Maybe not. This Harbinger is nice for me. I'm really just never going to be able to 3-pile because I'm not going to be able to have the market squares. I'm just at 3 buys. I mean, it's not impossible if he just does nothing here, but... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What was the last card? This seems pretty easy. I didn't know that was left. Oof, yuck. This is already terrifying. Now it's even more terrifying. Do I just play on? I mean, I actually don't have that good of odds of finding a plaza necessarily. I can... Like, what do I have in hand? Like, I have... I'll play for the plaza. I think it was correct, but... I don't know the order of these to play. Well, yeah, I mean... That's about as expected. So I'm going to eat another curse here, most likely. I don't know. It seems likely. I did get a lot of points there. So I don't really have to worry about a 3 pile, but not immediately anyway. Now, if one of those vassals had hit, or if my vassal that I played had hit, not one of, that would have been pretty wild. Or actually, all I really would have helped a lot is just to have drawn another plaza earlier, but of course the deck's huge and a mess, so. This shuffle looks terrifying. I guess he's moving through a lot of it. He got a lot of money. Maybe he can win? No. I assume he'll like double fairgrounds, would be my guess. Well, he doesn't quite have the uniques yet, so he might go fairgrounds, squire, fortune teller. Then he would have them, I believe. Though it's not unreasonable just to take the 2 fairgrounds. I think he would have them at his fairground. I guess there's still labs in his deck, so it's not as bad a shuffle as I was thinking. Hopefully they're the bottom 2 cards. I think I sold my shantytown in here somewhere. He provinces, okay. That's fine. I mean, he doesn't have to pursue the fairgrounds right away or anything. I don't mean to imply that he has some obligation to do that. This is good. This is as good as opening hand as I can ever hope to have in this deck. To be able to play the vassal and then the shantytown. I mean, that's a dream. it's a fairground. Okay, so on a miracle draw, I can win here, but nothing short of a miracle draw will suffice. This is a good start. I didn't actually need like all that much more money. I did need to still find the other market square. This has just got to be drawn, right? Even though it's likely to be garbage. This is actually an okay hand too. I mean, not good, but he'll probably curse me again. The curses are going to add up in the end here. For sure. Fortune teller hit would also hurt here. He's got a good turn here. But I don't think save was the play. That was really lucky. His deck doesn't have that much action density. That was incredibly lucky. We've been graining for a while now. He has a couple curses. That was super lucky. Oh, and I had a... Oh, look at all this beautiful, beautiful... Look at all of these beautiful cards. Yeah, does he have win? Well, he played those. You may not want to play those if you're going to go for a win. I mean, I don't have anything to do but just kind of flip it and... I guess I could have saved it. I guess I could have saved the squire. I'll see if he lets me undo. We'll find out. I mean, it's up to him. I mean, I knew there was an estate on top. This is fortune teller. I mean, it's not new info. He's just gonna finish here probably. He only needs $7 in virtual coin, or 11 normal, I guess. Or even less than that, he just needs the fairgrounds. I guess 9. I guess it's 7 virtual, 9 all. Unfortunately, he flipped all my good cards already, so it's not like I have a hope of a turn to put together here. I mean, I can do the same thing that I just did. I mean, even if he just hits 6, it's like game over. Basically, it's not like strictly game over, but I mean, I can play my turn, of course, but it's not gonna do anything. Yay. Yay. Like I can, yeah. Alright. You can just vassal. That was sort of interesting. It was sort of awful, but sort of interesting. It took way too long for what it was. Okay, so here we have basically no draw. I mean, you have imps, right? That's the only draw, and they're not trivial to gain. I guess you can, well, maybe trivial, not trivial to gain, but they are gainable because you can have villages. I wonder if you open lookout sewers, or if you do lookout silver. Probably lookout sewers. It's good with recruiter too. It's not great with missing. Well, I mean, as long as I don't miss the next one too. Now, Ducat, I'm not clear on actually. Obviously, the trashing's nice, but I'm not clear on it versus silver. But I think I will follow. It seems really reasonably good. Okay, I'm gonna get to finish my estates. That's really nice. This will be a silver. First 5 is probably Tormentor, actually. And the second 5, Recruiter. We're going to be so clean so fast. Maybe second 5, Horn of Plenty, actually. Now, if this probably would have been better if it had been a silver, though the decks would have just been different because I would have trashed 2 fewer cards. So, or yeah, it just would have been totally different. So it doesn't make sense to compare if this were a silver. I'd still have another estate in the deck. Oh, we got the VP for sewers. We got the bath points when we bought sewers. Okay. What's gonna happen here? I wonder if I should buy the silver. Probably. What's gonna happen here is that one person ends up happy and one person ends up sad. I hope it's me that ends up sad. So I drew Lookout with my Tormentor. Whatever. It's not a huge deal. I guess I might as well play everything. I'm not gonna trash. I don't really care if I reveal it. I'm technically revealing that I didn't draw the Lookout with Tormentor bottom decked, but that's not that big of a deal. Oh boy. So thinking either Hop or Recruit. I guess it's Recruiter. It could be Hop. Really, I would have rather the Recruiter was down a turn, but I cannot do anything about that now. This was a very fortunate shuffle for me. This is going to be interesting. Festival's not that good. Pretty sad. Pretty sad to not find the Hop, but well, whatever. It's actually okay-ish. It's okay-ish for sure. Haunting is great. You're like so dependent here on drawing your Tormentor early in your turns. Like it determines how much draw you have for the entire game. You might want a second one just to increase the odds that you have one in hand, actually. That's not unreasonable. Other reasonable looking buys are another Horn of Plenty, an Artificer, or a Mystic. I'm not in love with the Festival in general here. Second Tormentor is not crazy either. Again, the idea just being that you increase the odds of finding a Tormentor in your opening hand, and then if you don't, well, the attack's okay. Okay, he gets a horn there. I guess this has got to be loose silver. And buy Hop, gain gold, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. We don't need the silver. Locust is great. He should just, well, I don't know what he should take actually. Locust was really lucky. And that hit. I mean, to both get Locust and to get that hit was incredibly fortunate. I mean, he can replace the recruiter, but it's still time off. I'm not sure that helps me actually, but I think of the cards he's purchased, I was most unimpressed with the Festival. I'm gonna have to add like Artificer here. I don't want to get out of control. I mean, you really can only build up bigger deck to the degree that you have imps. That's your limit here. I may eventually kill the Ducat. It's not that good. He's gonna have to get a recruiter, yeah. So here, of course, I'm gonna get to do everything I want to do. Miserable is fine. It's not a big deal, but it's fine. It cancels out those Baths points he got. I can get 2 5s here. I can get another gold. Yeah, you just have to be kind of careful here how you build. I'm gonna go ahead and spin the coffers, I think. The Artificers are bad to the degree that they make it harder for me to play Tormentor first. So they are bad in that respect. It's not actually clear. It's not actually clear that they're worth getting. Because of that, in fact, it may be better to just pass on some gains here. But too late now. Probably I should be gaining Tormentors instead of golds for my recruiter feed, right? Because I can still trash them, and the exact villager amount just does not matter at all. Yeah, that probably would have been better than the gold. Just to get another Tormentor. Even if you just inevitably kind of trash it. Mystic is a reasonable target for an 8th unique. Festival is okay-ish. I think I'd rather Mystic though. It's not a huge deal if you get to 8 uniques or not, to be honest. The game will probably pile out I guess, I don't know, it might matter a little bit. Bad Omens does not do anything. I mean, not really. He still has a lookout, but he won't be able to keep that. I don't think. He does have a lot of imps. I'm jealous of his imp count, for sure. Maybe he will be able to keep it. Actually, this actually helps me, doesn't it? Because I get to shuffle in an imp. It's actually friendly. Now the draws were not friendly, but, well, you know, they're not that bad. Okay. They're not, like, awful or anything. Okay. I have a lot of imps in there, so that's nice. See what he puts together. I'm not going to gain another imp, though, because the Tormentor here, bottom two, he's not either. So that's okay. I'm actually a little baffled by the bureaucrat plays. They don't seem very good to me, but Envious shouldn't really do much. I wouldn't, yeah, basically nothing. I mean, maybe it'll come up that I need the dollar from the silver, but Famine, I don't even know what Famine does. Like normally, is it a rabble? It's a sort of a rabble. I guess exactly rabble. I don't even know what's printed on rabble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He does have the uniques. I mean, I guess if I can get 5 provinces, I should just do it. I don't know if I have that if I draw, but I might. Okay. Oh, I guess I lost my Tormentor. That's a pretty good attack actually on me here. To lose that imp is not good. I'm not sure I can actually draw a deck. It might be a bit thick. That seems greedy. Not clear to me what the plan is there, but I'm gonna probably try to green a lot. I guess silver and gold make the same amount of money for me this turn, so. Right, I'm envious. So envious. Boy, I sure don't know what the top card of my deck might be. Fear is good. I keep getting the good, better hexes, I think. Though the famine did hurt me. So what did he famine? Tormentor and Imp. So I do have 4 provinces. If there's a hop on top, I get another one. If there's artificer and then hop, I get another one. I think there's one tormentor on top, or one. I think the cards are tormentor, artificer, hop. Do I even have that much money if I get the hop? Yeah, if it's a hop on top, then I just get 5 provinces. If it's an artificer on top, I get 5 provinces. Well, no. But I get more. Hop is, I guess, the worst one to have in the opening hand of the next turn. So I don't need the money now to do the 5, so I guess I just wish for it. And hope he can't get the duchies. Or like boons. There are some boons that could score, or hexes, sorry, some hexes that could score. But he needs a lot of duchies, so I don't know if that's feasible. He's got 6 hops. And he's down a card. That hurts. Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't hurt me. Oh, he just didn't even draw. Yeah, I mean, I can get another province here and then super easy win. Or it's just out of reach for sure then. I'll even... This is a bit academic since the province will close it out anyway. But I don't know between the two which is better for me to win. Is getting a hex from the tormentor or getting another imp. It's probably the hex, right? Like, I'm just gonna get... I don't have to really hit 8 a lot more. He's got to get so many duchies. He can't support the draw. Attacks hurt him. I couldn't get like a ducat on top. Or is there anything really nice to get on top? Ducat's okay. It doesn't really gain me anything. Man, I'm getting real lucky with the hexes. It didn't really gain me anything extra, but I would rather have Ducats, I guess, in deck. I don't know if that makes any sense. I think adding a Ducat in deck probably helps me get the 6th province, or the 7th province, so. There's just not a world where he can score this with the decks. We would need to have Smithies on the board for it to work, and then the game would have been very, very different anyway. I mean, I for sure got all good hexes here. Like, well, maybe one was not, but everything was, the hexes were really good for me. This doesn't really hurt me. Not unless he gets... No, it just doesn't matter. I'll be able to trash it. I've got Recruiter coming up, which I'm not quite guaranteed to draw, but close. These are like all provinces in here. Actually, does Imp get me up to Artificer gaining? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I need to not play the Tormentor, but it just gets me to... It gets me to 8 hand size, so I can gain another province off Artificer. I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, did he hit me with a discard attack? Oh, I got bureaucrated. Okay, so never mind. It's not that. Does silver do it though? Silver does do it. So here we have like cantrip training thing. I don't think you really want to activate Market Square much. Like you can, I don't even know if someone, we'll see if someone takes Dame Josephine or not. It doesn't look like you have to. So basically it's just if you feel like you get a big advantage from doing it at some point. Other than that, it really looks like you're training a cantrip, Conspirator, or Crown, or Market Square Pawn, or something like that. The opening should probably be Transmog something. I don't know whether that's Church or Lookout. Lookout probably trashes a little faster. I did draw the T-Mog turn 3. I can get a gold if I want. Well, assuming I didn't, assuming Lookout didn't miss, I can get a gold if I want. Well, and a stake. Okay, there's some conditionals on that, but and like 1 gold is pretty okay, just for buying stuff. Question is whether I go for second Lookout or I go for Church. I'm gonna do second Lookout. Okay. So he buys a Market Square, which is fine, but mostly uninteresting. I am gonna call. I I guess I could try to draw the lookout. Is that worth it? The alternative is to church. I think. And maybe by Market Square. Maybe by Pawn. I'm not like super enamored of getting the Market Square stuff going, though I think golds are okay here. Not too many, but I think, a few are okay. I really don't want like more than one. I would have taken it there on the first shuffle for sure, but this is all pretty nice. Well, pretty nice it's very nice. This may be T-Mog look out into Market Square. If I had pawn in hand, I would have different options, but I don't. So it's looking like this. I don't really want it. Okay. So this could be pawn conspirator or pawn crown. I'm pretty thin now. He's gonna trash copper and call T-Mog on that. He's got a pretty good deck too. Because the gold he can buy training. I think. I don't know, maybe he doesn't have enough money. Yeah, so he can buy training, or he can get more cantrips. Training is pretty good on Market Squares for him, I guess. Reasonably good. Otherwise, it's like he could do the same as me. He can do crown pawn. He could do conspirator Market Square, and then still look to train the Market Squares. I do need to probably get another Market Square. just for easier buys and helps the conspirator consistency. My problem right now with respect to training, I guess I can train pawns. That's what I have the most of. They're the easiest to gain more of course, but also easy to contest. This is already looking a little sad. Unless we find the conspirator. Even conspirator, yeah, like the crown is really sad. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. That was potentially, there was like, not great odds, but some odds of that being really bad. This is, on the whole, not a very good turn for me. Is how I would describe it. I guess that happens when you do your church turns. Now the question here is how do you play this? And I'm not confident of it. If you draw lookout or church, then this is really nice. If you don't, it's not so nice to play the T-Mog. I guess I could have set lookout aside. That maybe was the play when I had it. I'm not confident of this. But it's not like obviously stupid. It might not be very good though. So he's going to train the market squares this turn, I assume. Well, unless he doesn't have the money for it. I don't really have a good transmogrified target this turn. I can wait on it. It's not a huge deal. I'm going to train pawns this time. So hopefully training pawn are the buys. There's just not a good call there. Not really. There's still 3 coppers. Not clear that this was the right play to me, but I guess I could draw the church. Maybe I should have left the church on top. I didn't count out money here. I could have. I can get to. I can only get to 9, right? I guess I can wait on pawns. I could take the rest of the pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could have 7 pawns. If I was going to do that, though, I did botch this up because I should have the church on top, but whatever. This is like there's really not any choices as far as the resources, to be honest. So it wasn't like a huge deal to think about it. Now, whether I should go training pawn or like pawn, crown. somehow I convinced myself that that was the play. I don't know. I will train this turn though for sure. What I bought is actually pretty bad unless I get a 3 in hand. I did get 3 in hand obviously, but if I don't, it's kind of sad. We'll see if he goes training pawn to deny or what. Fortunately, we're not really anywhere near 3 piles. No one quite has the gains to wipe stuff out that quick. It won't take that many turns to get there, but... So fortunately, he kind of split his buys a little bit there. So he'll put it on market square, but he only has 4 of those right now. He can get more next turn. But it's not... No. It's not a huge deal. I wouldn't say. Now I don't know. Those curses probably gonna want to play the. Yeah, this is not ideal. I mean, it's just more pawns, right? We would like to play it on the conspirator, if we can. So that was good. I mean, these can just be coin and buy. I mean, well, we can get an additional money, I guess, by going this. Now we need to figure out $12. I guess we could just do 1 copper. 13 would be a good number to hit. That all worked out really nicely. Not bottom decking the second conspirator was really nice for me. Yeah, and see, like here he's taking his training cards just to make them produce a little bit more money, but that's like a pretty, I mean, it's not a super strong use of the transmogrify. I'm not saying it was wrong. I'm just saying whatever his hand was that made him want to do that. It's not a super powerful gain there at all. Now, doing the lookout into that, like, that would be a bigger deal. But he just didn't have it. So I've got seven super peddler things, and then I'm ahead on the conspirators by a good amount. By 1, I guess, but and he only has a few of his little super peddlers. I have 2 crowns. I'm just way ahead, but I could still mess it up. So, because he's putting out, I mean, this is still a good amount of money to put out on a turn. Of course, my turn I'm gonna put out like more, but. I'm gonna look out for estate piles. I don't want to lower stuff too bad on my turn, but I can take Conspirator is pretty safely. He doesn't have a transmogrified down or anything. Crowns, of course, will be really safe to take, and like one market square will be safe to take for sure. I mean, lots of things will be safe if I take a province, then I can buy whatever, but doesn't mean that'll be worth it. Okay. I think for the most part I'm going to be able to get buys if I need them at the end. Crown would be nice. I don't anticipate crowning the market square anyway. Maybe I should have saved it for crown, but okay. This is probably less money than I could have made if I had played for making the most money. So the pawn choices may have been not ideal, but whatever. So this is like $26. He does not have $26. Province Crown Conspirator doesn't look that good. Does he have $19? What did he add? This could be 2, and these could be... he basically added $4, so he's probably around 15. Roughly, maybe 16. So I don't want to push it further than that. But like Market Square, Conspirator, Crown doesn't seem too bad. I guess I can take an estate and transmogrify it if I draw it in hand. I really don't care if I don't draw it in hand. It's not that bad either. I guess I'm not counting... he doesn't have a T-Mog down, right? Yeah, I remember now. I've considered that. Yeah, like if I had drawn the estate in hand, it would have been good for me. And if not, it's not going to prevent me from drawing. I had extra draw there. It's not very likely to prevent me from drawing anyway. I literally think it just cannot, but... he's going to be in a position where he basically has to green. Because... well, I guess he can play for a dud, but that doesn't really make sense on this board. I probably miscounted his crown. His crown is technically a 3 because he can play it on the gold. So he may not be that far away from, say, like a tie. I mean, okay, he probably doesn't have it, but... or anywhere close to it, but... he's not like a million miles away or anything. Tie is 21, and a win is 22. I don't know if I'm going to really have the buys to say threaten estate pile outs. Oh, he'd already played the crown, so. You know, I didn't. Oh, I forgot about the estates. That was my mistake, was lowering these. He needs a lot of buys, though. I don't know. Maybe he had it. I could see it. I could see it working on estates in this. That's only $17. Province doesn't really stop me from just lowering estates. That also is not an, well, I guess it is technically. Well, I have a bunch of crowns now, right? So I can afford to do one pawn into a market square and then do the estates probably. I gotta think though. What did I have? Yeah, I think I did not properly account for what he could actually threaten. I did add a good amount of money. How many buys? I only need 8 buys. Well, first I should think what is actually the easiest way to finish here. Because it may be that it's easier to finish on the conspirators in the market squares than it is on the estates. 15, yeah, but I'd have to buy a province, and even that wouldn't be enough. I think it's gotta be the estates. So I think this has gotta be no. I think that's gotta go there. I would kind of like to draw crown. I need 8 buys. And I need a lot of money still. Well, how much money do I need? Well, I guess 14 plus 3. I need $17. I still don't have the buys yet. I've used 3 of my 4 or 5. How many crowns do I have? I bought 2 crowns and I had played 2 crowns. So there's only one other crown in here. Plays a market square, plays a market square. 5, 3, 4. So I have 4 market squares. So there's 3 more left to play. That'll give me the 6 buys. So I probably don't need to crown any of them anymore. Well, I can. Like, it always gives me reasonably good options. Probably I'm going to run into the same issue as him. What did I say? I needed 17? Shoot, man. That seems harder than it needed to be. I left that open for him, I guess. But it didn't come out. This is a little bit. I mean, you're gonna open. Well, I was gonna say you just like free open jack, but yeah, you probably do, don't you? There's no buy. You're just gonna play jack. 5-2 sucks. Like, sucks so bad. You're just gonna play jack duke, jack duchy duke, I think. Man, the 5-2 really sucks here. Like, you buy a priest, I guess, to trash your coppers, maybe, but... That wasn't clear to me, but... His rogue is going to hit my fishing village if he plays it. So that's nice for him. I do have to figure out if I think that it's worth it to trash coppers. Not clear. To me, anyway. I wonder if rogue is any good, just to buy it. I guess the 5-2 doesn't suck that bad. It would suck if there wasn't rogue, but... Maybe I just buy gold. It seems a little worse than the average thing here, but it can't be that bad, to be perfectly honest. I mean, at the end of the day, you can do outpost stuff, but it's not like you're trying to build a super engine. You're just trying to basically use it as an extra buy to pick up threes. I mean, that's really all you're doing with it. At the end of the day, the rogue is not going to be like wildly good for you. Plan wouldn't be totally crazy. Somehow I talked myself into getting a rogue. That seems a little weird, but not the best shuffle. This is really nice for him, however that turned out. I will get my outpost back. That was a really nice shuffle for him. Whatever was going on here was really nice for him. Maybe I should buy plan. Maybe I should buy gold. I'm not totally convinced of all this action stuff we're doing, but I don't think it's super bad or anything. He got a second priest. When did he get his first priest? Because I think I saw the second one. Now that I know there is one, I just missed the first one. Yeah, like here, it's not clear like how long you build. Obviously, if you fall behind on provinces, you can try for duchies. Yeah, like he's gonna jump into it, which seems totally reasonable. So I have to think. Could buy another jack. That would be nice if I do try Duchy Duke, which I can. This is all sort of depressing. He's played his outpost twice, and I have not played mine yet, even though I bought mine before him. I don't know if I actually got mine like before a shuffle before him or not. It would appear that I did, but I didn't get to play mine. Holy cow. That's really rotten. That's not good. I'm going to try the... Well, it wouldn't be something you necessarily want to do right before a shuffle. But I can do it here. It really hurts that I didn't get to play those, though I'm not sure I would have, because I'm not sure I would have played the jack. This hand, of course, is just hot garbage. This is not clear to me that was the right thing. It worked out really well, to be honest. Okay, this is all looking much nicer. I expect him to be able to empty the provinces without any difficulty, though. So I don't know that the Duchy Duke thing is really going to work out for me. I'm just going to play this game of trying to recover. Like, I expect him to just handily get through the... provinces. One thing that is nice is that duchies are much easier to buy on an outpost turn than a province is. Depending, of course. If you find Jack, then it's no trouble. If you don't find Jack, then it's kind of tough. Okay. I can just take the guaranteed 5, right? I think that makes the most sense. It does hurt to not get a fishing village down, but what can you do? And of course, this is great to pass these cards up anyway. He bought a chariot race. It's not that good looking to me. I will definitely trash the silver. I'm sure he'll be able to buy province this turn. If he decides to pivot to the duchies, maybe the best thing he can do is like... Man, I hope I find the outpost. I don't want that, right? I want to try and find the outpost. Dang it. Oh well. Well, now I regret not getting it, of course. But nothing I can do. This is a pretty unfortunate hand given my kind of my general deck composition. But well, that was friendly-ish. See if he takes nine. He takes no problems. Okay. At least he didn't hit 5. Oh, this is a pain, right? I just play the outpost and like buy an Oasis or something. Buying a chariot race myself. Chariot race is obviously a little better for him, though anyone could get lucky here. So like the way I can buy the duchy is of course by trashing a duchy and hoping I play rogue first. It's just like if he plays rogue first, it sucks. Like if I get really lucky, I mean, do I need that though? Like I don't feel like I'm all in that bad of a spot, so I don't personally feel like I'm in that bad of a spot. I'm gonna do the Oasis. I don't see. Yeah. So that was the. I would have gotten it. That would have been really funny. Well, I would have had a different shuffle, right? I would have had different cards in there, but in this sort of pretend world I'm living in, I would have gotten it. So it's pretty unfortunate. So I did get 5 of those. I have like how many? This stupid hand. This is the stupidest hand I've ever drawn in my life. This hand's so dumb. This hand is infuriatingly dumb. I don't know if he actually had to counter the duchies, but like he could have had to. The provinces would like be at 2 now. This is such a bad hand, and I don't even have like terminals left. Okay, I do have 6 of those. This is now have $14. That's pretty funny. I mean, I think he can probably just finish out whatever. The spreads, my distributions have not been kind to me. I haven't lost a race, so that's good. But my money spread has been garbage, given the amount of silvers I have, and like the fishing villages spread out money too. Like it's just like really unfortunate. How that all went down for me. Now he can just take dukes and well, he can take whatever green is offered to him. Yeah, I definitely think if that I could have won this one with some different draws in the middle. That's okay. He's gonna get this one. I'd rather just get it done with. I'm not going to be in the championship match at this point. But I hopefully am pretty safe. I don't know. Mike was doing pretty good against Aku, so I'm actually not... What does that mean? I don't know what SPF means. This is just in reference to something Truffles wrote. Single province something, but I don't know what F means. That's my best guess for the S and the P though. Okay. This has no trashing and no buy. It has sculptor gains. I'm gonna. Oh, it does have buy. Never mind. I'm gonna open sculptor. I guess you just buy labs, get a lot of labs, and then you sculptor for villages, and then you can add a few terminals here and there, and then train something. I don't know what you train, but something. He gets a cargo ship, which I like. He gets a farming village, which I don't particularly like as an opening. But isn't the worst thing ever. But it's not that good. It's not a good opening, but maybe it's reasonable to get. I have to get something. I should get a cargo ship. I'm going to have 5 or 4 here. 5 would have been very nice. 4 is just sort of whatever. I'll see if he puts a sculptor in hand or a lab. I would guess sculptor, but... yeah, this is not good. To be blunt. I'm going to set a farming village in hand. I mean, farming village is like a reasonable training target here. Not that training is like super killer, but it's okay here. You do need to build just because of the amount of alt VP. You're not going to win on provinces alone. So you want to have something that is doing a good amount of gains. I'm not sure. I think I wanted the silver, to be honest. For him, I would have thought, yeah, I'm buying a lab. But, I don't know. To me anyway, man, I hope I find the sculptor, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. I think his cargo ships are pretty good, but yeah, this is going to be tough, actually. Alright, well, I can get it here. So it's still okay, I would say. I like his cargo ships. I don't know if I like quite this many, but Um, it'll depend on when I draw whether I go for the changeling or not. You'd really like to changeling labs. Bard isn't totally crazy. Some of the boons could be quite nice. You wouldn't really be in love with getting Mountain's Gift, but like Wisp and Flame would be quite good. Yeah, this has just got to be a cargo ship. Hopefully he doesn't have his changeling, but can't control that, so okay, he didn't have the changeling. I don't know which play first. I don't even know if it matters. I would like to not lose the lab split 6-4 again as first player. If I can help it. Not that I can help it, but I wonder if his farming villages have been skipping changeling. I haven't been watching for that, but he got that changeling a long time ago. Oh, it's in the trash. When did he play it? Oh, there. So it's just for farming village. Okay. That's alright. These decks are never really gonna work. Not really. They're gonna like sort of work. But they're never gonna be super good. Eventually you train something. Man, I hope he doesn't have the changeling. Shoot. That sucks a lot. So, all we can do is tie here. So we better do it. I'm trying to think if we need to get a bard. Or if it should just be farming villages. Wine merchant at some point. The only reason to changeling, I mean, now there's not even like really a reason to like gain changelings. I mean, you can get more sculptors, I guess. I mean, I guess we could have always been playing with a second sculptor, and then someone would have way more of the farming villages for when if they wanted to try and train those, and pile threat. I mean, the sculptors, the main thing is just the opportunity cost of buying a lab, because the sculptors themselves can pretty much always cantrip. I mean, at least until the game's over anyway. I would buy a wine merchant if I were him, I think. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm going to buy on my turn if I can get the cards I want. He gets another sculptor. I think that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, that's okay. I guess I'm pretty likely to do labs. He's just like a turn ahead of me and has like more stuff too, I think. So I fully expect to lose, because I should have guides down to make duds a little bit. I mean, even with guide without the trashing and the draw being as weak as it is, it's not like you can totally control it. But he's gonna get to do training and then probably buy another wine merchant. You should have 13 easy, right? Does he really not want to play it? Oh, he just wants to do it. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. I would certainly do wine merchant training. How do you draw so much? Man, he like guided. No, he shuffled there. I'm confused how he even... I guess he flipped one, but he would have had that in hand. I guess it was from the cargo ships. Well, here's hoping I get a really nice turn too. Okay, I mean, training seems fairly obvious to me. I guess it doesn't have to be a wine merchant for the other buy. There are some other things you could consider doing, like province or whatever. So that's not like automatic necessarily, though it looks reasonable to me. Okay, yeah. So he just did exactly what I was thinking. This is just straight garbage. unless I have labs on top, which it's still garbage, but whatever. So I miss it by $3. I'm not gonna. I didn't play cargo ship, so I'm not missing out on that, I guess. But I'm just gonna be totally. Well, okay. There's lots of shuffles left to do, so it's not over by any stretch. But if he gets these, then I'm gonna lose. Yeah, if he has the 5 labs, well, just 4 so far, but if he has 4 labs at the top of his turns, and I don't, I'll lose. Now, if it changes and I have them and he doesn't, then he'll lose. But unfortunately, the game also won't last too many more turns because the sculptor's crushing piles, and I have to use them to crush piles too, or my turns are crappier. So, I mean, this is just like a guide or a farming village for him. It's not super important which, well, he needs a farming village. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about, like, scoring. That's weird to me. That's super weird. I don't know that he can support that. And I don't particularly see what the... Maybe he just wanted to stop there, but... That was really weird to me. Not gonna lie. The province looks fine, but there's another lab in here, right? So I can't call guide on this. And this turn, of course, can still just totally eat dirt. I'm gonna cry. Like, yeah, he'll guide a completely garbage hand into 5 labs. This is why acronyms are bad. But FPA is pretty okay. Makes sense. I looked at the scores. I'm like, why is he have one more point than me? But now I know. His other changeling gain was strange to me still, but I mean, again, I can't guide away a hand that has 2 laboratories in it. I mean, of course, I don't want to either, but how is this shuffle trigger? I guess I gotta count stuff first anyway. He didn't get to play that. Wait, how many did he get to play? 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, that was... I can accept him playing 3. That doesn't seem unfair. So, I also don't know if the last card's green. So I don't even know if I can play the farming village and then say gain two castles or whatever. Do an attack castle. I wouldn't hate doing an attack castle. to be honest. I still have a guide, so getting a guide isn't that good for me. How much money will I have? 1, 2, 3. I would need 13. 1, 2, 3, 7. Well, I would have the money for it. Also, I would have the 5 castle, which is the best one. I think it's a really good one anyway. How many coppers did I play last turn? 4. So this should be a copper. Okay. Do I want to change? No, I can't lower. And it's not clear to me that I even want that at all. Okay. So, I think I want the gold also. I mean, what does the changeling do for me? Obviously, if he can just pile, then I lose. So if he can get the changelings, then I just lose. Which is not impossible. At all. I didn't check if he had guide, so I did forget guide. I didn't even check if that was an option. So, we'll see if he goes more castles. That seems risky, given particularly that he knows I have the one in hand. I mean, certainly to expose the last 2 seems... Well, he's not going to buy 2, but... definitely seems risky. I don't know what to do with this hand. Like, it doesn't have any labs in it. But other than that, it's like, okay. Like, these are going to draw probably coppers, but... it's not the worst hand ever to start with. But it has no labs, so it kind of is the worst hand ever. He gets a silk route. See, now we're just diving into the muck. Right? Like, as soon as he's taking silk roads too, then all bets are off as far as the hands being of a particular quality or not. The next card is the... See, and he would, be willing to buy the 8. He only did 2 labs. I don't know. He did shuffle, though, so it's not... I just don't know where things are. The other thing is this is a goal. Like, I can probably buy province with this hand. And so, in that sense, it's good. I just don't feel good guiding this away, although maybe that's the right play. There, I got a skip. That's nice. That was pretty lucky. They pretty much did what I expected them to do, which is... Actually, they were pretty good, weren't they? They were really good, weren't they? Yeah, I can't complain about that. Opulent seems like not the thing to do here. Well, I can get the next one. Is that any good? Like the opulent is pretty underwhelming. And then the next one isn't good yet, but is reasonably good once you have some Silk Roads. How much money do I have here? 8, 12. If I had another $1, I might be willing to do... Well, that wouldn't work. Yeah, I'm just not sure. I can't even really buy anything other than the province. I don't want to lose. Well, I could afford to lose it, right? I'm not going to shuffle. I could shuffle. Yeah, I could shuffle, so we better not. I could take an estate in anticipation. Yeah, we may shuffle. Multiple guides would be nice here. If he ever draws, like, I didn't actually check on his, at the end of his hand here, what the score was. I guess I was ahead in points, wasn't I? But it seems not at all crazy that he would be able to do the changeling pile out if he gets a sculptor and another buy in hand, right? Because they chain a little bit. The changelings change. If he, I guess he needs both sculptors, so it's still pretty hard. But like every changeling you get is 2. He's just gonna run down the provinces. Oh, he went for this thing. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Because, like, he knew... I should probably call it again, but this turn is just not bad enough. It's simply not. Would have been, I'm buck short of the really nice thing, which would be Silk Road Sprawling Castle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm just $1 short of that. So that really is no good. But I'm willing to lower the castles, actually. It's worth more points. I mean, it's whatever. I don't think we're gonna get into the estates thing, so this Silk Road. So I'm just gonna take this. I mean, if he gets... Well, I mean, he's not going to have that much money. I don't believe. If you can stack the decks, you can do pretty crazy stuff here, but... Well, that's going to be quite good. Maybe. Depends on if the labs drew... well, okay. He didn't have to. Then why did he? You don't have to max points out, dude. Just play the thing. Did he need it? Maybe he needed the dollar from it. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Okay. He got money out of it. It's fine. He got money out of it. I don't think that's true. I won 2 and 3. It's not true. I mean, second players won a good amount here, but okay. So I'm gonna open. We have the same. I guess you don't have to open Bridge Troll. You could open Moneylender. I don't like Jester. I think I am gonna go with the Moneylender. That's fine. Well, he got pretty much the goodest hit. Certainly envious of the artisan at this point. This will be a pretty good shuffle to trigger. This may be premature, but I'm kind of willing to do it. Yeah, so we do get probably collision. But not a whole lot to do to prevent that. Minion's interesting. I wasn't really thinking about getting the minions here. but I can see it. I can definitely see it. Obviously, like, pathfinding advisors would be bonkers good. I'm gonna try it, man. It's not probably the right thing, but that was actually fairly friendly. The Jester's doing good work. I can't... Yeah, I think all the hits from Jester are, like, pretty stinking nice here. That it's hard to fault it. He's gonna crush me. He can pathfind. He should pathfind. Even if he doesn't have a good target, he should just do it. He has inventors now. He can pathfind minions even. That's not that ridiculous. It sort of sounds ridiculous on paper, but it's actually not. This is like fully resignable. So I just gotta hope that RTT beats Mike, or that Aku. I don't think Aku and Mike are finished. They just played 4 games. So hopefully Aku wins the last couple of those, but otherwise I'm going to be a bit at the I'm going to be in RTT's hands. They're, they're capable hands, but I'd rather not be in them. Preferences. I really would pathfind as him. It's not totally clear to me what you would target, but I would just pick one. I think it's even reasonable to pick, well, even Fishing Village. My advisor was probably just super terrible. My opening probably super terrible. I thought about doing the bridge troll as well. I guess any hit on Jester is just gonna be good. We'll see where he puts it. I think Minion is maybe his best choice now, but I'm totally fine with the advisor as a target there. But yeah, he just moves around till he can play the inventors or the advisor, okay. But he's just gonna move. He could get a second artisan, but just another advisor, another minion is totally reasonable. I like his opening way better than mine having... Well, of course, there are other mitigating things as far as just him being first player and then shuffles and whatever. So, but I still think it looks a little nicer to me. I'm just going to have a bunch of advisors, but never have 8. This will be my turn to do it if I can. But no dice. I'm gonna end up a little short. Another thing is just that I think gold is okay. Probably he'll minion me here. I guess the thing with the jester is that I want him to hit copper basically every time. He gained a minion now, I assume. I mean, you can always gain a bridge troll or something. That's cute. I assume he top decked the artisan and then discarded into it. That's pretty stinking cute. I don't know. Does he have more fishing villages in hand? Because, like, I'm not gonna... He probably just is gonna draw everything. I don't really know. Like, he's gonna draw everything, I assume. Yeah, this is already... He can do the advisor and get the last thing. I don't know that there's any... This probably... Well, he probably wants to top deck something, right? So I want to make him... Well, he might still have an advisor. I don't know. I don't think there was a way to really stop what he was doing. I'm not totally clear on what he has in deck at all. But, you know, like as far as top decking, I would assume you want to actually top deck like a minion. There he gets another inventor. Greening is extraordinarily strange from his position. There's literally no reason to do that, but it also does not particularly matter what he does. I cannot hit. There's just not a world where I'm hitting 8. He's not even doing all the attacks he could be doing. Like, he could have a bridge troll giving me the coin. Minus coin. He could have... he could have a legionary hitting me after minion. Like, he could gain that in this very turn. The 2 components needed to hit for... He's going to have more advisors, but he could gain the 2 components he needs to hit for the legionary attack on this very turn. Well, assuming he draws. So it's just like... Yeah, I mean, everything wins. The problem is this is completely useless, but... Like, he could gain gold and gain encampments to hand. He can gain whatever he wants. There's another inventor to be played. It feels like maybe he's more action limited than anything, but I'm not tracking the deck that well to say. Like, surely this is like... Well, yeah, that's good. Fortunately, there's not really worlds. Holy cow, he's trashed a lot. Well, I trashed some of those, but I've also gotten them back. There's not really worlds where I'm going to fall asleep. RTT, are you listening? I need your help to keep me in A. I need you to beat Mike. Thanks. I just want to buy the... See, I'm a buck short. Because that's just the kind of world that we're living in. I need you to beat Mike. Or I need Aku to get into gear, and probably need both. Oh boy. His deck's really good. I really like his deck. I think it's really great. I don't know why I'm not resigning and going to sleep, but apparently I'm not. It's a bit fun to do this sleepy Dominion talking. Not gonna lie. Maybe he's just being nice to me by not gaining the legionary. He's probably just being nice to me. I bet I don't even get to play. I bet I don't even get to play one of the path found advisors before the game is completely over. I bet it. Okay, well, he probably can end this turn if he looks for it. Well, I'm not sure that that's true, but here legionary wouldn't actually hurt me. That's the advantage. That's the true advantage of having this bad of a deck. Oh, man. Has he played any of the inventors yet? He hasn't played any of the inventors yet, right? So, like, he's just gonna end it. Because he hasn't played any of them. I'm not even gonna get to play any Pathfound Advisors a single time. I should just deny that. You don't need to... I can't imagine a world where he doesn't have the win in hand. I mean, I can't imagine that world, but he has 2 inventors, right? So he can just gain plunders. Oh, he needed... Okay. I see. I see what the catch was. He needed to play the bridge troll in order to make the inventors powerful enough to gain the plunders. Or rather, the plunders weak enough for the inventor to gain them. What? Man. He didn't even end it. I thought he was doing that so he could end it. He didn't even end it. I know I can resign. I know. I'm aware. I thought that undo was going to be my undoing. but it wasn't. Alright, we get to do it. Yes. Oh gosh, it feels so good. Do you see that? Draws a copper from Pathfinder. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I thought the boards were pretty interesting for the most part. Some different kinds of styles of games for sure, so that's always nice. Yep, just I'll play again next season no matter what, even if I demote, so look forward to more League later, and then probably the next videos that'll come out will be World Cup matches, so yeah, look out for that. Anyway, bye.